So what's it like being back in Bay City?
Well, to be honest, I'm very anxious. My anxiety's up because of everything that has happened as a result of this town.
Why does Bay City, the gateway to the great outdoors, make Mitchell Sorrell so anxious, actually terrified? He's a grizzled U.S. war veteran. He was honored for his work in Iraq, helped evacuate U.S. citizens out of Afghanistan. Maybe we shouldn't be surprised he's now got PTSD. He's now represented by Austin attorney Michael Hiller.
However many tours of duty he did overseas in horrible war conditions, including Iraq and so forth, he didn't get PTSD from that. He got it from being alienated against.
Alienated from a different kind of alleged enemy, his ex-wife, what they call parental alienation. One parent turning the children against the other.
These kids now have been brainwashed to the point where they believe they hate the other parent. It is black and white.
We've talked to Mitchell, and so I wanted to talk to you.
I need to call my lawyer first.
I'm sorry?
I need to speak with my lawyer.
Mitchell can tell you to the day how long he was in the military. 21 years, 10 months, and 10 days. And he knows the last day he saw his youngest daughter, Courtney.
February 15th, 2016.
It's been 5 years since you've seen your daughter, even though you have visitation.
Sure.
Mitchell now works for a military contractor in South Carolina and had planned to spend the summer of 2016 with his girls. He went to the airport to greet them, but they never came. And there's no debate they have grown to hate him.
It is so clear from watching her talk to Mitch that this is where she is. Absolute, unadulterated hatred that has been put into her mind and heart.
You've been fighting about your kids for a decade.
Sure.
10 years. Why?
They're my daughters. Failure isn't an option.
We asked Mitchell to come back to Bay City to relive his parental battle. You've spent a lot of money.
Yes, sir, I have.
How much?
Last time I calculated over $300,000.
And the Matagorda County courts haven't been very nice to Mitchell Sorrells. Why do you think this town is so against you?
I'm an outsider.
Mitchell's ex-wife moved to Bay City to be with her family after they split up 10 years ago. They had been married 13 years. Mitchell filed for divorce in Arizona, where he was stationed. Christy filed in Texas, except her divorce petition was false. It said Mitchell had been living in Texas the last 6 months prior to the filing, and that's a requirement to file for divorce here. In fact, Mitchell had never lived in Bay City, and he said her lawyer knew that. Years later, when Mitchell started complaining about interference with child custody, he was told to go to the Matagorda County Attorney to complain. The county attorney was Denise Fortenberry, but that would be a dead end. You see, Fortenberry was his ex-wife's lawyer when she filed for divorce, the lawyer who signed the false divorce papers. Now Fortenberry is a district judge, and there are only 2 of them. You think she's still affecting the way they treat you here?
I do.
The allegations of physical abuse, even sexual abuse, have mounted. Despite the long-distance battle, Sorrells and his lawyer call it a form of psychological child abuse. You've never sexually abused your daughters?
Never. I'm the type of father, if I found out someone had done that, they'll be on the run. Because I'm coming to hunt them down.
One such complaint of spousal abuse came while Sorrells was undeniably innocent. Newspaper articles showed him in Germany at the time of the alleged incident.
Everything has came up unfounded.
Mitch's only contact with his youngest daughter, Courtney, the last few years has been through a court-ordered Zoom meeting. But in August, the other Matagorda District Judge, Ben Harden, without even holding a hearing, without even hearing evidence, issued an order that the Zoom meetings were now the daughter's choice, cutting Sorrell's only visual lifeline to his daughter. That means the judge didn't bother to consider this letter from Travis County psychologist Amy Eichler, who watched a year's worth of recordings and argued the hearing on possible parental alienation was needed for the teenage girl. She will likely suffer the plight of the typical alienated young adult who struggles with long-term effects of self-esteem, depression, anxiety, and low self-efficacy. We also travel with Sorrells across the street from Bay City High School.
You know, it pains me right now. I know my daughter's probably behind those brick and mortar within those walls right there. I can't even go and say hi to her or even try to give her a hug, even though I haven't seen her since 2016.
We went to see the Bay City school superintendent. He wasn't there and he didn't call us back because there's little doubt Mitchell Sorrells has the legal right to shared information about his daughter's education, all of it, and he hasn't been getting it.
Records have been kept from me, medical, educational.
He has the right to get all the information directly from the school. He has the right to speak to the teachers. He has the right to speak to all school personnel, attend school events.
I literally had to sit in front of a computer screen in South Carolina to watch my daughter graduate when she was 8th in her class.
They wouldn't give you a ticket?
No, they wouldn't.
The school district has accused Sorrells of harassing them with emails, and I've seen some of them. Not friendly. His lawyer calls it family court-induced PTSD.
It looks like he's being a jerk. He's really not. He's really just, it's changed him. It's made him defensive, aggressive. Everyone needs to be held accountable. You know, ban the torpedoes. I mean, this is a military guy trained 100% to go get them, right?
But there's another criminal law in Texas that could have been used to help Mitchell Sorrells a long time ago. It's called 2503, interference with child custody. It's a felony. In the last 3 years, there have been 31 complaints to Bay City Police about interference with child custody or visitation violations. No one has been arrested or charged. You want your ex-wife charged with a felony?
Yes, sir, I do.
Mitchell Sorrells is hoping a Matagorda County grand jury this week will give him the justice the rest of the town won't. Time is quickly running out. They aren't little girls anymore. But Mitchell has learned how to stand for principle.
But it's more about making sure that the children doesn't suffer from this.